Oh my literal goodness. Hi, welcome to another video. Shanti Tig. Welcome. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome. Cheers. It's a cheers moment. You know I love a good cheers moment. This is like super warm water and it's legit hitting the spot. Oh my god, hey. I'm Shanti Tig. Did I already say that? Maybe. Today I want to talk about embracing change. A psychic bad bees. What is it? What am I talking about? Today I want to talk about embracing change and give y'all a little psychic bad bee journey to self-discovery. Okay? Because change, okay, number one, I mean this can be applicable to any time of the year. We're still kind of in the new year. This is the beginning of 2025. It can typically be a time where people are pumped on doing new stuff, getting healthy. I support that. I'm filming this at the end of January, but again, regardless of when you're watching this, this is applicable. But you know, the end of January, the beginning of February, sometimes people start to fizzle with like what is called a New Year's resolution or whatever, you know, change you may have brought to the table to start off the new year, new you, whole sitch. Yeah? Okay. We're going to talk about this and we're going to go into some emotional health pieces. We're going to go into like a little of like the kind of esoterica of it and how you can really create sustainable, beneficial change in your life, starting off with like some easy shit, because I'm all about starting off easy so you can then build a relationship of commitment and devotion to change, okay, or to anything really, you know, anything really that's beneficial. I like to start off easy breezy, you know. Can you feel me on that? Can we get a cheersies? Can we just like get a break for a minute and like take it easy? Okay. All right, so number one when it comes to embracing change is I want to invite all of us to just bring a little bit more self-awareness to what the current patterns are that you got going on right now. Is it important to identify what you want to change? Of course, that's wonderful. Like, I would really like to change my relationship with food. I'd really like to change how I show up in the mornings, or, you know, whatever the case is. Wonderful. If you haven't identified it, that's okay. Because sometimes you can be in a space of like, well, I know I'm not pumped on life, and that's enough. Like, that's all you really need to identify. Now, if you've gone above and beyond that and get into more specifics, that's great too. But you don't need the specifics in order to apply what we're going to go over. And we're going to go over like kind of three key things here to start the ball rolling when it comes to sustainable devotional change in your life. Yeah? Okay. So number one is, this is a homework assignment I've talked about before. It's something I assign all the time to clients, and I assign it to myself as well. When it comes to, again, building that relationship with sustainable change, what can I kind of easily commit to? And this is all about looking at your morning routine. What's your morning routine, and then what's your evening routine? And I'm like straight up talking about what happens when you open your eyes. From the moment you open your eyes in the morning, what is it that you do? For example, do you open your eyes? And then, or let's even start here. Do you wake up with an alarm? Maybe you do. If you're waking up to a specific sound, my invitation to you is do some research on a sound that's going to be highly beneficial for your system to wake up to. Maybe it's a mantra. Maybe it's a hertz frequency. Maybe it's chimes. Maybe it's sound bowls. Maybe it's something. A sound you might not have ever even considered to bring you from unconscious to conscious. Yeah? One of this yogic teaching that I love so much is all about recording yourself and then listening to your own sound, specifically like chanting mantra and then listening to yourself chant the mantra. So then you can kind of like have that playing in the brain space at all times. I was like getting my hair involved there. Okay, it's involved. It's always involved. The haystack. Hello. Mwah. But for an alarm, I know I'm going off on the alarm situation. See if maybe you could record yourself kind of gently or however lovingly you want to deliver your ass awake, right? Like time to wake up or whatever. It could be gentle, it could be silly, it could be like whatevs, but using your own sound. All right, so that's some really fun ways to kind of switch up your alarm experience in the morning. And then from there, let's say the alarm goes off, then you open your eyes. What do? Do you like hop straight on the phone and like scroll some shit, check your messages, check your emails? What are you doing? Let's say you're doing those things. My invitation for you is to switch it the fuck up, okay? So if typically maybe the eyes open and you scroll on the phone, maybe the eyes open and then you can do 3 long deep breaths, stretch the body a little bit while you're still kind of horizontal in bed, and then reach for your phone. Or if you can just not reach for your phone at all to scroll until after you get up and out of bed, that would be ideal. But again, easy breezy fucking beautiful is the name of the fucking game. So if the eyes are typically open, you go to the phone. My invitation for you for, again, easy first steps in creating sustainable devotional change in your life can start here, which is I'm going to take 3 long deep breaths and stretch my body before I scroll on the phone. Sounds easy, sounds simple, sounds like, well, how the fuck is this really going to like implement change in my life in like a really impactful way? I know it's kind of like, say what? But I'm telling you right now, when you can prove to yourself that you can commit to something as simple as what I just went over, then you're going to build a relationship with trust around bigger change as well. Because ultimately, if you really want your life to change, it's going to require a larger commitment. Change up the stuff that might be super uncomfortable for you to face and change, right? So instead of jumping straight to, I'm going to cut this person out of my life, or I'm going to like quit this job, or whatever the case is, we're going to start here so you don't necessarily kind of like ride the high of cortisol when it comes to like this initial kind of like take a shot type change and then fall back into a pattern. Okay, we're looking to completely rewire your system when it comes to patterns of behavior. So again, it's going to be a high vibe, beneficial, sustainable change. Yeah. Okay, so morning routine. And then what happens? Do you pee? Do you brush your teeth or whatever? I don't know. But identify what your typical pattern is in the morning and then just switch it up. So let's say you, maybe you eat and then work out. My invitation to you would be work out and then eat. And there's actually like a whole kind of like unpack around why you should work out in the morning on an empty stomach, detoxification, all of that stuff. That can be another conversation, but that's highly beneficial. But that's what I'm talking about. Like, do you pee and then brush your teeth? If you do, switch it up, brush your teeth and then pee. Same thing in the evening. What's your evening routine? Maybe you don't even have an evening routine. Maybe you do. Again, something that's really easy, pee before you brush your teeth or brush your teeth before you pee, whichever you typically do. Maybe drink a nice glass of warm water in the evening, or even in the morning. Like, let's say you might drink cold water, switch it up to warm water. Again, mega health benefits come with drinking warm water. Kind of like the esoteric aspect to switching up your routine in a way that's super simple is you start to send the message to the universe, God, whatever, which again is like, well, you think of that as a neutral medium that's always following along with what you got going on. The message that you're sending to your team, the universe, whoever, is, I'm ready for change. Okay, so then you're gonna get some extra energetic support that. Okay. Now, if you were trying to break a people-pleasing pattern without creating any type of sustainable, easy breezy, beautiful change prior to that, chances are even if you were to kind of put your foot down and change the behavior, if you're not kind of like flexing the muscle of switching up the morning routine and the evening routine on repeat, chances are you're going to fall back into a people pleasing routine. Okay. So we want the support of our angels, our guides, our, whatever, the universe, God, all of that to not only, I mean, now they're always going to be supportive, but it's always going to be a neutral support, meaning they're going to follow your lead. So we want you to be more in command over the lead that they follow. Now, number 2 on the list here of embracing change, a psychic bad bee's journey and self-discovery, is watch your words. So our words are literally wands. There's a dense frequency when it comes to our sound code, and we really can create a circumstance through not only like the words that we're using, but the intention behind, the energy behind the words that are being projected from our mouth. All right, so I wanted to give some, again, easy breezy, beautiful tips and tricks that can really just completely change stuff, but in a way that's so simple and easy that you can start doing now and say yes to and commit to. And it is this. Okay, number 1, invitation. Switch up every time you say but with and. Huge. Every time you bring in the word but, B-U-T-N-A, B-U-T-T, hang out, into a statement and a conversation, automatically there's going to be a downgrade in frequency within the conversation and within the sound code. For example, the but automatically downgrades. Here's the difference. I go to the gym, I work out, it's really challenging, it's hard, and I'm getting stronger. The and will definitely switch the frequency up the scale, okay? It's huge. So switching buts to ands. The next one is switching always to sometimes. So many of us have this kind of like false belief that there's like this kind of like end all be all finite situation, and typically something isn't ever always, right? Like for example, like I always suck at this, or I'm always great at this, or whatever the case is. Sometimes or oftentimes I'm oftentimes really good at this, or oftentimes I haven't really liked that, or I have a history of not liking that. So ditching kind of like this all or nothing and going into these kind of more flexible words, like sometimes, oftentimes, I've had a history of, perhaps, okay, that type of thing. And then another example would be, this is a big one for so many of us, everyone versus some people. Some people. I got my hair cut when I was young, and everyone didn't like it and told me I looked weird, right? Everyone, right? When really it was maybe like one person, but because, the emotional health piece wasn't maybe dialed around that particular moment in time, where somebody offered you an opinion that hurt, and then you ended up stealing their opinion and make believing that that was truth. Okay, then it escalates into everyone thinks I look ugly with short hair, right? When really it's like, no, some people, actually just one person. So again, watch when it's like everyone, always, never, and just soften it up into words that bring more flexibility into the conversation, into the sound code, and into the circumstance, okay? All right, number 3 on the list is, this is a doozy. When it comes to embracing change, sustainable change, this is a big one, is it's okay not to be liked. Chances are, if you're wanting change, other people in your life that care about you want to support you in that change. But oftentimes, not if it means you change. Because if you change, you're presenting the people in your life with something different. And if they're not ready to change, even though they might say they support you in change, they are probably going to have some sort of expression of an adult-sized temper tantrum when you do. Okay? Yeah. So I come across this all the time with clients, as especially in like a couple scenario, if like someone's married and one person of the marriage is doing the work and the other person isn't, and the other, the partner might be like, well, go to therapy, go get your help, I really want you to be happy. And the happiness would be a change if the person has been previously unhappy and they're going to get the help in order to become happy. There's a change there. We're changing from unhappy to happy, okay? And again, change is change. And when you share life with someone, that person's going to notice a change, and then they're going to be presented with an opportunity to change because you have changed. And if they're not ready and doing their own version of their own work, whoo, girl, it typically doesn't go great. Oftentimes we see resentment or whatever, acting out, all kinds of stuff, pushing the buttons, pushing the limits, whatever. So, this final piece here that I want to bring to the table today is it's okay if people don't like how you're changing, as long as you like how you're changing. This is just it. And I get some of the esoterica around that is, this whole concept of, law of attraction. We know it, like attracts like. And universal law will take over. But the real kind of like alchemy and emotional alchemy piece to this, when it comes to like embracing change and self-discovery, is creating the sustainable change, right? So you build that relationship with trust when it comes to it. That's why we do the easy breezy beautiful exercises first. So when you're faced with making the bigger changes, you know that number one, change is good. Change is okay. If something changes, or if I change and do something new, the world's not going to end. Sure, someone might not like it. Sure, a relationship might end. Sure. That's natural law of attraction, universal law, where like no longer, it's no longer like a like situation. Like a like. But yeah, so it would be amazing if we can all get to this place of like, I'm going to make change, and I'm going to be ahead of the game when it comes to maybe ending a relationship at work, ending a relationship here, whatever, or sparking a relationship there, sparking a relationship here, whatever that might look like. It can really behoove you to take the initiative to make those changes. And if you don't, that's okay sometimes, because natural law will always take over. But what I found in all of my work and all of my studies, and when natural law takes over, and you damn well know it's time to make a change, and you're kind of like, not. When natural law takes over, it's big, and it's heavy, and it's loud, and it's a lot. Okay? So when you can take that initiative, again, after you've done the homework, which looks like switching up the morning routine and, building the relationship with commitment and trust when it comes to like making beneficial changes, even if it's small, easy, breezy, beautiful. Okay? Is that, what was I saying? I don't fucking know. When you can get ahead of the game and make those bigger changes and have the bigger conversations, that's real magic. That's real game maker shit right there. That's advanced work. That's advanced practitioner, advanced work. Okay? That's a high incarnation to do this kind of shit. All right? So chances are, if you're watching this, you're in a high incarnation. You probably lived, however many thousands of lifetimes in order to be here, to share this space, to do this work, to face this stuff. Okay? So you do you, boo. Take it or fucking leave it. Okay? And just thank you so much for being here. This community, like, legit means so much to me. B Squad, you know who you are. Can we have a freaking cheersies moment? Cheers to you, okay? And cheers to sustainable change. And cheers to being psychic bad bees. And cheers to self-discovery, because this is literally why we're incarnating. Literally. Cheers. Mm-hmm. I love like a nice warm water moment. So much love to you all. B Squad, legit. Satnam, blessed be. Fuck yeah.